The following is a presentation of Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.
This is your local chat, Community Matters. I'm Matt Pilger, your host. Behind the camera, Sky Strauss, our producer. And joining us today is Ryan Robnett. He's owner of Robnett Automotive in Mexico, and one darn good mechanic, as a matter of fact. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's good to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you here. You know, we wanted to talk a little bit about, winter is here. And of course, winterizing your car is pretty important. Just kind of talk a little bit about the importance of doing that, if you will.
Yeah, it is important. Just like today, I think it's 10 degrees out there this morning. But, winterizing a car and making sure it's ready for winter is really important. Number one, safety-wise. And second, if you have problems, it's cold out there. Bundled up, stay warm. Checking a car over as far as antifreeze and tires and belts and hoses, and just preventative maintenance is a main thing just to keep from having problems when it's cold outside.
Yep. Talk about the cold weather again and how it affects a car battery. What can drivers do to prevent those kinds of issues?
So like a battery is necessarily, you can have your health checked of a battery. As far as checking how good it is, we have a machine that can actually do a printout on how healthy the battery is and keep track of it. And then cold weather affects rubber products. So like plastic or rubber or anything, when it gets real cold, it's prone to crack. And the older something is, the dry rot sets in and it starts cracking, like belts, hoses, tires do the same thing. Age affects a lot of stuff. So as a car gets older, you want to go check that stuff, because if a belt or a hose has a small crack in it and the cold weather hits, it can crack further and create a leak or break a belt, or tires is the same thing, leak. And cold also affects rubber, and stuff will contract and expand when it's hot or cold. So that's why tires are more prone to leak when it's colder out or get down in air pressure. As far as being cold and hot, that's a big thing. When the temperature drops rapidly outside, your air pressure will drop in your tires some, because cold air, is not as much pressure as hot air.
Right.
So it expands when it gets hot. And one thing too is windshield washer fluid. We had touch on windshield washer fluid. As far as there is a winter blend and a summer blend. A lot of shops will use a summer blend. And if you don't use your windshield wipers a lot, the washers, then that summer blend will still be in there and your tank can freeze when it gets this cold outside. So you want to make sure whatever shop you're going to, there's a lot of good shops in this town, so take it to any of the shops and have them check it and make sure it's where it needs to be.
I'm kind of curious to go back to that tire pressure, because my son had that problem the other day. It was very cold outside. Yep. And the light came on the dashboard. Yep. And he's like, I'm going to run down and fill that up. My dad said, no, it's probably not a good idea to do that right now in that cold weather. Is that the case?
Nope. I think it's like if you run 32 PSI in your tires and it's 90 degrees outside, and then you go into weather and all of a sudden you're all the way down to 30s, your temperature's probably going to drop 2 or 3 degrees in that tire because of it cold. And yes, you can air it up when it's cold. I mean, it doesn't hurt. You just have to make sure on your valve stem when you air it up, when you get done, make sure it's not leaking or sticks or anything, because it's cold, cause yourself another problem. But yeah, you do need to air them up in winter. A lot of services, when you do a full service or oil change in a vehicle, they check air pressure and tires. So, every service, your tires should be getting checked and make sure they're where they need to be.
Great information here. Anything else that people need to know about winterizing their car?
No, just that we pretty much touched the bases: your antifreeze and your belts, hoses, tires, windshield washer fluid, and battery health, and just just a overall check of a vehicle is great before winter.
Absolutely. Wintertime is here. Hopefully everybody is doing all of the things that Ryan has suggested. And I want to say thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
He's Mr. Ryan Robnett, the owner of Robnett Automotive here in Mexico. I'm Matt Pilger, and this is Community Matters at Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.